nice and high on our pan. I'm with you now. Press that, then that. Right, good to go. I'm going to throw a few shallots in the pan. Some of our rather nice, isn't that beautiful? I learned to do that at Ottolenghi, you know, the other week. Nice. I was like, oh, we cut it that way, do we here?
And also, yeah, talking about that, you know, Ottolenghi, he's been a real inspiration to you.
Yes,
and when he was there, you know, did you feel privileged to be cooking with somebody like that?
Completely privileged. So privileged to have met him, and for him to have allowed me to come into his kitchen and work there is an absolute honour. I feel so lucky to have done
And you know, talking of chefs, one of my favourite moments from this year's MasterChef was when there was a certain Michel Roux, and you said, I hope to God it's not Michel Roux. In he comes, and basically, you know, what happened there?
Well, what it was, and Sarah will tell you this as well, we knew when we hadn't done our best, and we knew when, you know, it was a little bit of an issue, and I was looking at the thickness of that pastry, because I hadn't chopped the hazelnuts down small enough, so no matter how much I rolled, you know, the hazelnuts are holding the pastry up to be this big, and I'm looking at it thinking, oh, it's like a blanket. And I knew it was going to be someone to do with pastry. I just knew it straight away. So, starting off noodles, now we're going to get the sauce into the noodles. And this, as I say, is all about where you're getting the flavour right.
It's a really healthy dish, actually, isn't it?
Really healthy, really healthy. So, once you get that sauce onto the noodles, as I say, because that's so much liquid in that sauce, that's going to cook the noodles a little bit more. But this is where we've got to be quick now. If I was a Bangkok street seller, I would probably have this finished by now, but we will. Whoops.
So just 2 eggs into this.
2 eggs into that. Now I like to serve 2 eggs simply because I'm vegetarian and I like to up my protein. But if you were serving this with prawns, I might suggest that you might only put 1 egg in, because you know.
So this would work really nice with chicken, prawns, things like that.
Chicken and prawns. I think I would stick with chicken or prawns really. I've never really tried it with the red meat, so I wouldn't quite know how that works really. I think prawns are the classic.
And also if you wanted, you know, like you're talking about protein and things like that in there, there's no reason why you couldn't stick things like pumpkin seeds, different types of nuts in there.
Absolutely. Do you know, that's a really nice idea, that, James. Like that.
Thanks.
Can I steal that?
I cook a little bit. It's okay.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard you're quite good.
I do a really good pot noodle stir fry from time to time.
So as you can see, once your egg starts to cook, you're breaking that up. There, you've got your tofu in there, and you're just going to, making a bit of a mess there, aren't I? And you just give it all a really good mix, and I'm going to crank the heat up on that to finish that, and then that. That's the one, right. And we're just going to give that a final blast, just to...
That smells incredible, actually. It smells really, really nice.
It's, do you know what? I might even throw a few more of those in, and what I like to do with the bean sprouts is I throw a few in just before serving, toss those through, just so they start to soften slightly. And I don't know what you notice, I also threw in the bean curd then, just as the egg was beginning to complete. And...
so quick as well.
It's so quick, so quick. It should be. If you've prepped everything, you're talking less than 10 minutes to being on the plate. So, there we go, beautiful.
So the first dish, the name of this is?
This is Pad Thai Jay, because Jay in Thailand means vegetarian.
So round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, the first dish by Jackie, Pad Thai Jay.
And we're just going to finish that with a few bean sprouts on the top there, and I don't want to not use them because one of the chefs back there has very good, nice sprinkle of peanuts on the top, and
it's coriander,
classic coriander cress. And can I also say, it's got to be, hasn't it?
Oh, you've got it.
You've got to have your lime. If you're making a Thai dish, it's got to be there.
Look at that. Let's get a little close up on that because that looks incredible.
Right.
Fantastic.
So, we're going to get a move on.
Next dish.
Next dish. Right. This is a great thing about Thai food, is this food it is quick, you know. So again, very similar ingredients, some of this. But what we're going to do is, we'll get this onto here. Is that one? And we're going to get some heat in that. So, Thai noodle soup. This is my take on Thai noodle soup, okay? So this isn't a classic recipe. This is something that's evolved in my house via my children and my husband, who basically thought, oh, we like that, make more of that. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to get this making the rack. I'm actually a more messy cook.
You're not that messy, Jackie.
I'm quite messy, but it was
I can't tell.
It was sort of hidden by Tom. So it's good. You know what I mean? Their clumsiness was hidden by mine, and my messiness was hidden by his. So we're going to get some lovely fine slices of garlic in here. This is the base flavour for the soup. It's a thin soup. It's a thin soup, this one. So now we're going to be doing two things to go with this.
So what have we got here so far? We've got the garlic.
We've got sliced garlic and sliced ginger.
Ginger.
So that's heating up nicely. We're just going to get that to brown a little. I'm just going to pop that back on there so it's nice, getting nice and hot. I'm getting the hang of this stove now, aren't I? Am I? I think I am. Yes. And so that's to go on there. Just give myself a moment there. Yes, because we're going to do some chili fritters, aren't we? This is something I've been working on this week, and I have to say, even though I do say so myself, it really is nice.
So with the actual fritter base, what are you doing there?
For the fritter base, I am using, we've got rice flour. So
rice flour, readily available.
Readily available in the flour section. Absolutely is it readily available. It's just, if you haven't seen it before, it's just because you've not spotted it. It is a really common ingredient. Yeah, just give that a little bit of a toss there. And what we're going to do is once that starts to cook slightly, well, you're not supposed to do that on inductions, are you? Once the garlic and the ginger starts to cook, because what you'll notice with a Thai street food seller is they'll really brown that garlic before they put the stock in. So in my batter, we're going to have a bit of lime juice, some coconut cream. This tastes so good. I hope they come out because it really is nice. Is that oil getting nice and hot there? I think so. Excellent. So, and we want, this is quite a thick batter, because you want it to stick to the chilies, you see.
I was going to say, that looks quite thick for a normal batter, that is.
Yeah, no, I do make it quite thick, maybe a little bit more.
And you need it to be thick, you don't want it to be thin.
Because I don't want it to fall off the chilies. When I was practicing this during the week, it wouldn't stay with the chili, if you know what I mean. And don't be generous with some salt as well. So, I'll just get all that going in there, and I'm just going to have a little taste. Got a bit of lime on my mic there, but that's good, right. So, our batter's ready for the chili. Our soup base is almost ready. It's at this point we put a little bit of water. So what we're going to do is we're not actually going to cook the noodles at this stage again. They're going to go in the bowl. And
so ultimately, straight away, you've got like a really nice infusion of garlic,
really nice
ginger.
Infusion of ginger and garlic. And then we're going to add to that a bit of lemongrass, nicely sliced up, some chilies. Not too much because we don't want them to be too hot. And this is where we get our vegetables in there as well.
So what vegetables are going into this right now?
Now, again, you know, we were talking before about using the seasonal things. So these are British vegetables that are seasonal into a Thai soup because they work just as well. So at the moment, cauliflowers just coming, they're looking gorgeous, aren't they? Courgettes, I don't know about you.
So you can put summer vegetables in this as well, young summer veg, anything like that?
Absolutely. A few green beans, a little bit of carrots for colour. There we go. So we'll get all that into there.
So it's like a really easy soup to make as well, actually.
It's really easy. Really, really easy.